And welcome to Cleveland National Forest. This is September 2015. My wife and I are having a staycation in the San Diego area. In San Diego there are some 49 campgrounds. This one is just on the southeast of Mount Laguna. Just a quaint little place. It's very affordable. But today I want to feature our own teardrop. My name is Eric Craig. And my wife is Joanne, and I am with Little Guy Trailers. We're a teardrop sales outfit in Kearney Mesa, California. That's in the San Diego area. This is a 2012 White Shadow made by Little Guy. We had it made in this color. I am fortunate in that I could match the wheel set to my Jeep, so one spare tire takes care of it. I do have some lifted axles on there, and I did go with the off-road type fenders. One of the essential things I did to make this off-roadable is that I went to a pintle and hook type of arrangement for the articulation. Very, very strong. It's a really overkill. But I made that extra long right there on the hook. And that way I can have additional clearance to this large storage box. And I've got to tell you guys, it's a fantastic way to go. For longer trips, I actually have 2 ice chests in there. I wrap them in insulative blankets, and I can get 6-7 days out of a common ice chest. The fancy ones won't fit, so I have to stick with simple Coleman. But it does have an insulated lid too in this type of tongue box that we chose. That is a Group 24 deep cell marine battery, and I do keep it up with solar panels that I'll feature in a little bit. This 5x10 gives you under the bed storage and just a scotch more room to be able to handle longer trips, this being a short one. And then recently, one of the features that we've done is we've just added the ARB awnings to that. A friend of mine has just completed for me these adapters to be able to put it on a common rack. And so now I've got 8 feet per side of awning. Boy, that's going to come in handy on sunny days. We do like to venture up into Washington State, Oregon, along the PCH. I'm lucky in that I grew up with my dad camping and fishing in the Sierras, and my wife Joanne, she grew up with her father fishing in Washington. And so I got a gal that'll go camping just about any time. My wife is rather crafty, may I say. She's a tailor. She loves to sew. And so she has just totally outfitted this with style. No complaints from me. I get very fine meals, and I get a great camping environment. I got to tell you, if you haven't teardropped, there's a reason why it's been popular for 80 years. Again, this is based on the 1939 blueprints that came from Mechanics Illustrated with the original radiuses. It is modified. Instead of 4x8, it is 5x10. So here's a sample of our cabin. Right here, I added a little hammock right there so that when I go to sleep, I can hang those pillows in there without having to go stash them in the Jeep. And then I can sit up and read and do all those kind of things. We have extra electrical outlets that gives us reading lamps, little cooling fans. We recently got the new UE Boom speakers. That's Bluetooth, playing off of an iPad. So we just have a wonderful campground environment. My wife and I are musicians, as you'll see here. So when we go camping, so does the musical instruments, some of them. Here's our setup. That's the Coleman style camping table. Along with the bench seats that bundles, it does fit underneath the bed in that storage. It's all birchwood cabinetry, handmade by Amish workforce. No kidding, I've been there. You look at the parking lot and it's full of Morgan horses pulling carriages. So wonderful builders, very consistent and high value in the little guys. So there you go. My wife has added her spices on these little magnetic strips here. I figured out how to mount those, and they just clear the shocks, be able to raise and lower. We've got our whole setup there. Here's my wife relaxing. Hi, Joanne. There she is. You enjoying this camp out?
I love it.
There you go. We got a shower yesterday. There's just water in this campground. There's vault toilets and water. There is no showers. So we brought ours. It's a new one. It's called a Nemo Helio. And we stuck out in the sun for about 3 hours. It's a very warm shower, and then it pressurizes with your foot. So you can build that up, pressurize it. I also right there have a power pack. It's not an expensive one. It does have an inverter that gives me 110 power. So we can run a blender. We can also run that floodlight. I like to do that because in Missouri we found out the bugs will eat you. And so 20 feet out you have a floodlight, the bugs go to that and they leave the teardrop alone. We're also set up for cooking. So there's my EcoQ barbecue. Really fantastic way if you like to charcoal barbecue. And then I've also made what I call the quick counter, and that suspends off the sidewall. It's all aluminum with a backsplash. You can see the cables that keep it in place right there. So I don't care what the ground is doing. Once I've leveled the trailer, it is ready for cooking. And so I have a nice metal surface to work with. With the square fenders, I got a little storage, so I keep my boots there and my shoes. And then as you can see, there's the other ARB. We splurged, we got 2 of them. And really fantastic fit for this whole rig that we've done. A little bit of the inside there. And then here's some of the solar panel. Oh, by the way, if you get an opportunity, get this guide. Tom Sinestra, www.moon.com. This is California camping. It shows over 700 places to go. Places that won't show up on a search on Google because they don't have websites. The less expensive places, only the expensive places do. So get one of those. They also have them for RV. This one's purposely for camping, and then next time we get a guide for BLM, Freeland. But here's my solar setup. I've got a solar input right there. I do have a manager on the other side that sends power as it's needed. And then I have a pair of very inexpensive solar panels. They're 20 watts each, but with the white cord, well, then I'm getting 40 watts. That easily takes care of that battery. The reason I got 2 is when we are on Oregon, when we get 4 hours of sunshine, then I get 8 hours of charging with 2 panels. And that could be essential on a rainy situation. In our Jeep, I pull out the rear bench seat. I've added these aluminum shelves, so now we have a deck, and then our gear. And also that quick counter that I spoke of fits easily on there along with our gear. And so there you have it. That's just a quick setup for Eric and Joanne. Our name is actually Craig and Brink. I use Craig just to keep you poor people from having to hear me spell it. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative for you, and feel free to catch us at Little Guy Trailers. Take care.